Remember the good old days of getting ready with your girlfriends and you would dump out all your makeup on the floor and each one of you would talk about the new makeup that you got and why you love it? That's what we're gonna do today. Thanks so much for joining me. Get ready with me while I share with you some of my new makeup. Whether you're watching me on your phone and you can just put the phone in front of where you do your makeup and do it with me, or maybe you watch YouTube up on your TV while you're making dinner or cleaning the house. Let's just spend some time together and go through some of the new makeup that's out. You've probably heard about these Master Mattes by Makeup by Mario. Are they worth the hype and how do they wear on more mature skin? We're gonna find out. I also have a new foundation, some new blushes. Yeah, we're gonna get into it together today. So thanks so much for being here. Let's get started. All right, you guys, let's put a fun makeup look together today. Something's missing. The vibe's off a little bit. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's better. I just needed a calming, cool vibe today to put on our makeup. So hopefully you are joining me. You're ready to just chill out, have some fun with makeup, whether I'm on your phone in front of you while you're doing your makeup or on the TV while you're running around cooking dinner, lunch, breakfast, or cleaning the house, whatever you're doing. Thanks for spending time with me today. And yeah, I think this is a better vibe for us today, right? What do you think? You like it? Yes, no? Let me know in the comments below. I just feel a little bit, with the purple, I just feel a little bit like chill. It's a chill mode because we're about to enter holiday season and we know there's nothing chill come October. So it's gonna take a minute and breathe. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Jody. I'm 55. Think of me as your midlife beauty bestie where we're just gonna enjoy the aging process together, but constantly our head will be on a swivel for makeup, tips, techniques, all the things to help us go through the journey as lovely as we possibly can. Today, let's just get ready together and I'm gonna test some new makeup. If you are here just for a straight tutorial and no commentary, this video may not be for you because I'm gonna just talk and enjoy the time. I know some of you have made comments that I talk too much in the videos, so this video may just not be for you because I'm gonna talk and enjoy my time with you guys. First thing I'm gonna do is put on some foundation. I already have on my sunscreen, my moisturizer. I don't have any primer on today. I have oily skin in the T-zone and then I'm dry everywhere else. Today I'm gonna try a foundation that you've probably seen all over your social media feed, and I was intrigued because whenever glamgirlgabi or Lisa J Beauty, for example, or Nikki LaRose share a product that they love, I am all for trying it because I trust their reviews. They were showing this Jane Iredale new Skin Tuition foundation. So I thought, you know, I love testing new foundations, so let's just give it a try. On the Jane Iredale website, there's a couple questions to answer to help them match you with the right shade. And the shade match for me was 36. This is in light medium. I'm just gonna use about a pump and a half. This is a lightweight liquid foundation with an SPF of 30 and it's said to give a radiant finish. I'm using the BK Beauty 106 brush to apply this foundation and oh, it has really good coverage. Okay. Admittedly, I haven't used a lot of Jane Iredale products in a while for no reason other than I don't know. So I was excited when this new foundation came out because many of the products of hers that I have used, I've absolutely loved. She has a new primer out that I tried recently. I'll link that down below as well as all these other products. It's a hydrating primer. I'm liking how this covers. I don't feel it on my skin. It's very lightweight. Here's a good example. I put the foundation right in this eye, but I haven't put it over here, and you can see that discoloration. So I'm just gonna use what's left on the brush and go into that eye area. Get a little bit more product smashed around, tapped into my skin, into that corner eye socket. If you're over 50, just take a quick peek at that section of your eye. If you carry any discoloration there like I do, you'll want to cover that up with a little bit of foundation or concealer because that purpleness right through here really, I've noticed when I forget to cover that, it just ages my eyes tremendously. So just a quick little tip, don't overlook that little corner of your eye. You'll be glad that you paid attention to it when your whole makeup look is finished. This foundation is definitely lightweight. I don't feel it. I don't have that sort of greasy feeling. You know, when you have a foundation that just feels a little bit suffocating to your skin. I don't feel that at all. It feels very light and I love the radiant glow that it's giving my skin. I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer. This is not new. This is the Double Wear by Estee Lauder. I have it in color 1 in. I like to just put a little bit on my fingers because I don't need a lot. I can see right through here's a little bit of darkness. That's just about where I put it, is in the hollowness. And then I will tap it in. I want that concealer to brighten that under eye area, but I don't want it to look mismatched from the rest of my foundation. So I'm gonna pick up that brush that I applied my foundation with. I'm gonna hold the brush back here because when you hold the brush towards the end, it gives you a lighter hand. And I'm gonna use whatever foundation remains on my brush and just really lightly pat it. Think about when you apply powder, how light you press the powder in. Same concept, just really lightly go where I put that concealer. What that does is gives your concealer a veil of color that matches the rest of your face. You've probably seen where you've added concealer and it looks a little bit gray underneath this area. That's what happens if your concealer is too bright, especially as we age, because you already have the hollowness, and then you add some brightening concealer, which gives it a little bit of a gray look. And then if you add glasses where you have lenses, that also can really help to give that area a gray look. So just a quick little tip to go over your concealer with your foundation brush, but with just very little product on it. All right, next I'm gonna use a blush that I got in PR. This is from a company called Earth's Cure. It's a clean brand, a vegan brand, and it's cruelty-free. Really pretty packaging. They sent this to me. This is called Peach Rose. Really, it's very cute. They sent me a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer. So let's just check these out. This is the highlight. That's pretty. It's a very light, almost looks like, remember when Glass Skin was in? I don't know if that's gonna show because it's such a light, it just looks kind of hydrated, but in a pretty hydrated way. And then their bronzer, this is called Beach Bronze. That's a pretty color too. I'll put that right there. That looks to be a really nice, pretty bronze color. So thanks to Earth's Cure for sending me these. Really beautiful packaging. I'm gonna use this Peach Rose. Where's my BK Beauty 116? Just gonna go right on top and see how that looks. Oh, that is very pigmented, but a beautiful color, but pigmented. But it blends out really nice, so that's good. For blush placement, as I've gotten older, I like to find the center of my pupil and then bring that down to the highest point of my cheek and not take my blush any closer to my nose than that. And then just going to go up and out. I was afraid I put on too much blush, but this blends out really nice and easy, and it doesn't look like too much at all. Now I like to go back again with that foundation brush and just go around the edges of my blush so that you never really, if you've seen people have that really flawless flush look and it just looks like it's there, it's because the edges of where that product starts and stops has been blended out or blurred away. The best way to do that is with that foundation brush again and just go around the outer edges of that product, and it seamlessly gets rid of any edges so it looks like you have flawless application. Next, I'm going to quickly do my brows. This is the brow pencil that I use a lot because it's so fast. This is by Victoria Beckham. This is in the shade Taupe. I need to get one shade lighter because inevitably I start out wanting a light brow, but then I keep going and I build myself a heavier brow. And when that heavy brow is dark, then it just looks way too heavy on my face. And I know that about myself. I am well aware that I have brow blindness, and I right now don't care. But I do know that there are some pictures where I'm like, wow, those brows are like Groucho Marx. They just entered the room 10 minutes before I did. So knowing that I have a heavy hand and that I like bigger brows, I'm just gonna make them lighter, and then the heaviness won't seem so obvious because they won't be so dark. But until I take time to order that, I'm gonna just stick with this one. And again, this is in Taupe. They do have auto delivery, which I did like about that because then I don't have to worry about ordering it. But now that I want to change the color, I just need to go onto my auto delivery and change the shade and go one shade lighter. The rule of thumb I like to follow when it comes to brows is that you find brow pencil that is the same color as your root, and then make sure that leans a little warm. If your brows are too cool, it just can make your more mature face look more dull. So you want your brows to be just a little on the warm side. And again, as I said, my brows should probably be this shade, but because I like a thicker brow, I need to go a little bit lighter. All right, so I love that eyebrow pencil. Again, I think the reason I love it is because it's easy to apply, it lasts all day, and it's on auto delivery. All right, you guys, now we're gonna go into the eyes. I have been loving the Airplay by Morphe. I was gonna get Debut because it's said to be the exact match for Painterly. I already have Painterly, so I don't need another one, but this Airplay has been a game changer for me. I wear it all the time. It doesn't take much at all. I just take a little synthetic brush, go in. It looks pretty light, but it's not that light once you go in. That's how light it can be unless you blend it. So don't let that scare you. I just blend it all over the eyelid from the inner corner to the outer corner. And we are gonna apply the Makeup by Mario Master Matte Cream Eyeshadows on top of this. So I'm really excited to see what kind of look we can create. I picked up 3 of them. I have taupe, mauve, and chestnut. Look how bright that cream eyeshadow makes my eyelid. And again, those cream eyeshadows are 10 bucks. This is in Airplay if I haven't said that. Everything will be linked down below so you can check it out and see if there's a shade that you think would match better for you or that you like better. But these last all day. I did a Friday face-off with them. I'll link that at the end of this video if you haven't seen that already. I compared this in a side-by-side wear test with the MAC Painterly and was really impressed with how well these wore. It's a very creamy formula, but not so creamy that if you have a hot flash or you have oily eyelids that you would be afraid that they would really crease. If you do find that cream eyeshadows crease on you, you can put a little bit of powder on your eyelid first and then apply your cream shadow, or you can put a translucent powder over your cream eyeshadow to help lock them in place. Next up, I'm gonna grab this Makeup by Mario Master Mattes. This is in shade Mauve. Let me just put all 3 shades so you guys can see. That's Mauve, Chestnut, and Taupe. So we're gonna go with Mauve first. All right, so with this Mauve, I'm just gonna go to this outer corner of my eye and pull it up a little bit. Now, because these tend to dry down, I think I'm gonna work one eye at a time. I don't know that you have to, but I would rather blend out this eye before I put on the other side. I'm gonna use the Angie Hot and Flashy A501. Boy, my eyes are getting bad. It's just a fluffy brush. Any fluffy brush that you have will do. You can see where that cream eyeshadow is. And one of the reasons people are loving these is because of how long they last and how creamy they are to blend. And I can tell you that this is blending so nice. I'm really shocked because it's on top of that other cream eyeshadow that we use by Morphe. And look, that is really a pretty true to color mauve, right? It's just a nice, soft, natural pink. That would be a really pretty transition shade. And for those of you that have hooded eyes or droopy eyelids, if you can use a color like this to create your arch to be higher than your actual arch, that helps to open up that outer corner of your eye. So you can see I'm gonna go a little bit higher than my arch. Oh, that is really, really pretty. Okay, let's do the other eye now. And then we're gonna add a little bit of dimension. Just gonna go again a little tiny bit in the outer corner. One of the reasons, and people are loving these not only because of how well they blend, but because of how long they last. They dry down to be a matte, but not a dry cakey matte, which is perfect for those of us with more mature skin, AKA wrinkly eyelids. And I'm okay with that. At 55, of course I'm gonna have wrinkly eyelids because my eyes have opened and closed for 55 years and they've never failed me. So they can have all the wrinkles they want. I'm just gonna work with what I've got. So based on those colors, I think I'm gonna go in with this taupe next. I'm not trying to create that old school V that we all did when we were in high school. That look has come and gone, and it will really age you if you wear your makeup that way because it is the way we applied it back in the day. I just wanna add a little bit of shadow to that outer corner because as your eyeball, because it's round, as it comes back to this outer corner, there is gonna be a natural shading there. So we just wanna create that natural shade, not the V of 1985. And for this, I'll just grab the BK Beauty 207. It's just a small fluffy brush. And I'm really just gonna go into that socket and kind of turn a little bit because again, I just want to create a little bit of a shade. And this one is also blending out really nicely on top of the other color that we used. I'm going to pull that out just a little to give my eye an artificial lift. And then I'll go back in with that fluffy brush that we used, the mauve, and just softly blend it. That's really pretty. And I'm not putting too much on my eyelid. Another pro tip as we're aging, that when you can leave your eyelid as open or as bright as possible, that really helps to open up this upper part of your face, because as we age, our skin tends to sag a little bit because we don't have the collagen holding it up. So this part of our face tends to sag. If you can keep your eyelids pretty bright, as much of them as you can, that helps to open up this part of your face. It's like being a magician. Okay, I can see what the hype is about these. Now, I think what I want to do, because these are so long lasting, is I'm gonna use it as an eyeliner, because why not? I mean, that is a really pretty eye look that you guys saw me create with 3 shadows. Now, because these are so long lasting, I'm gonna try it as an eyeliner on my lower lashes, because I really like that soft smudged look of an eyeliner under your eye without the harsh straight line. I also have favored lighter colors lately for eyeliners versus black, what I used to wear all the time in my 20s, 30s, and probably most of my 40s, but I found that a more of a deep brown just enhances the eye area and pops the eye color a little bit better. So I'm going to use that taupe again, and I'm going to go on the back of my hand with this, because I'm going to use this as an eyeliner. Because these are so long lasting, I'm just going to grab a small smudging brush. This is an old school Bobbi Brown smoky eyeliner. Probably don't even make this anymore. Just going to go get that product on the tip of my brush. And I'm going to hold it really close because I want to really control the application. If I was putting this up here where I had some blending room, I might hold it back a little farther, but I need to really control where this goes so that it doesn't go too far below my lashes and look, you know, the back in the day when you didn't wash your makeup off and you woke up the next day after a hard night out and your makeup was halfway down your face. I don't want to do that today, because so far this eye makeup is coming together. Okay, this could be my new favorite eyeliner, because look at that perfect soft, there's no patchiness, there's no clumping. It just looks like I had Mario himself do my makeup today. I'm usually not one to jump on trendy makeup products, but I can see the hype about these. They're really easy to apply. So if you are somebody that has stayed away from cream eyeshadows because you're uncomfortable or not quite confident in how to apply them, or not sure that it's gonna look right for you, these are very, very creamy, super forgiving. I mean, you see how easy this is going on, and I don't have anything under my eye to help these products glide other than a little bit of that Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. Now, because these dry down, I'm gonna go in and do a second layer because I want a little more intense color on the lower lashes. You could also set this with a powder to really lock in or intensify or give some dimension to that look. I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. Yeah, these are definitely buildable. Once it dries down, you can go in with a second coat for sure. These products do dry down pretty quick, which is good when you're applying on your eye makeup, but you want to work pretty fast. I would do one eye at a time. I'm just going to pick up some more of that product right on the very tip. I'm going to use it as an eyeliner on the top. And again, I'm holding the brush really close to the end because I want to control the placement. I'm not going for a smudgy, smoky look here. I'm really going at the base of my lashes to give a thicker look to my lashes. See that side versus this side? You can barely see that I have an eyeliner on, and once we put mascara, it will just look like I have thicker lashes. I'm gonna add more of these Makeup by Mario shades to my cart because I love that look. All right, now let's add a little bit of mascara. You guys know I love Thrive Cosmetics. It is my go-to mascara, but I also know that some of you like a more cost-effective mascara. If that's the case, Firework by Maybelline is a very good drugstore mascara. It's just not a tubing mascara, and I like a tubing mascara, but you'll be able to watch how well this Firework by Maybelline works. I'll do one eye so you can see it first before we go to the other one. that's one coat. I think I only need one coat today. Are you guys watching any good true crime documentaries right now? If so, let me know in the comment section. My husband and I love true crime documentaries. I mean, I love reality TV, but he doesn't always. And so that is the one area that we'll like to sit down and watch TV together, is if there's some good true... I like docu-series because I like to have something to look forward to throughout the day, like after dinner and everything's cleaned up and we're like, okay, it's TV time. I like to have something that we're like, okay, I want to see what happens after the first episode or the second episode. So any good docu-series, let me know. I'm gonna check them out, especially as the days are getting a little shorter and then fall is coming. And I have some really good fall tutorials lined up for you guys. Fall is my favorite time of the year. And I know you guys really like fall makeup looks. I mean, the burgundies and the merlots and the deep purples, so pretty. Plus the, you know, the browns and the I won't say peach because it's more of like an orangey color. Just all the colors of fall make some fantastic makeup looks. So I'm gonna do some of those for you guys as well. All right, and then to finish off the look, I'm going back to Jane Iredale. This is her Color Luxe lip gloss. This is in the color Au Naturel. And I wore this the other day and loved how my lips felt and looked all day. I've kind of been putting the lip liner off to the side for a, I don't know, an everyday look, just because, I don't know, I'm not loving my lips. As I'm getting older, they just feel a little bit more wrinkly. And so I will go back to lip liner, I always do. But just for a quick everyday look, this Au Naturel has been really pretty. Okay, so some new makeup on the market and I am really loving it. I feel like those brows, yeah, I need a lighter brow shade. And I thought I had one, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna go to a little lighter. I think I'll go one shade lighter because I always put them on this dark. I love it. I love a bold eyebrow. All right, that is the finished look today. Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. All of the products will be listed down below in case you want to know more about them. But I hope you try this look and work with the cream eyeshadows that you have. You don't have to run out and get these ones by Makeup by Mario if you already have cream eyeshadows. Just be sure to start small, blend it, and then you can build color to it if you find that you want some more intensity or more color payout. But these are pretty impressive. I'm gonna go wipe them off my hand because this on a white t-shirt is, you know, we know how that's going to turn out for the day. That does it for me today, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for that side-by-side comparison between MAC and Morphe in case you haven't seen it, so you can see for yourself how well these cream eyeshadows perform, not just at application, but after 8 hours. I'll see you guys in just a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.